Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and I wanted to talk about my top 10 gaming experiences of 2024. Whenever I do one of these, there's always going to be the concept that I just completely forgot about a great gaming experience, and I had to sit and think about it because my memory gets worse every year. So, and these are not any particular order, sort of. I picked, my favorite for number 1 and down to 10, but number 11 was you. When you played that game with me, it was fantastic. Number 10 for me was when I went to IV Studios. We played Tend together. Now, I'm not normally that enamored with a new game like I was with Tend. I've been to IV Studios. This is the third time I've been there, and I had a great time going. But just this Tend game fascinated me. I was ready to play it again and again. I like this game a lot. It's not out yet, but I'm very much looking forward to playing it. And I just had a good time, and the people I played games with there were a lot of fun. Number 9, I'm actually a little forgetful here as to whether this was at the Dice Tower Retreat or if it was at Dice Tower East. I think it was the Retreat, but I know that me and Rod and Mike Heller and someone else, now everything's all foggy there, but we played a great game of World Spanner Factions, which was just hilarious fun. The idea of this game, which is silly, Wild Bill Hickok and a robot from the future against Robin Hood and Beowulf. I'm always amused by that sort of mix-up and match-up. Claire Barton's hovering in the background, healing people. And these were the people I wanted to play the game with. We had such a great time playing an early morning 6 o'clock game. That was a lot of fun. Number 8 is Primal, The Awakening. So we played this actually live twice here on the Dice Tower. The first time I played with Chris, Camilla, and Joey, and we won. We fought the dragon. The second time I played with Camilla and Z, the three of us, and Chris. Yeah, when we lost. No, it was just me, Chris, and Z, and we lost. But that game was even better than the first one. They were both very good games, and I love them a lot. But the second time we went through, I felt like we could have got it. We could have had them. Each gameplay of Primal is just absolutely over the top cool. But that second playthrough, even though we lost, was such a fun time. Number 7 is Link City. I played this at my church, so I organize get-togethers at my church, and I occasionally bring in games. And I brought in games like Just One and things like that, and Edo. And I brought in Link City, and it went over so well. In fact, I would have put in a slot Edo, except I played that December 31st of 2023 at 9 o'clock at night, so that just missed the list. But anyway, I played Link City with a bunch of older folk who almost never play games. And just their laughter and deciding where to put these cities, these pieces in the city, everyone had a fantastic time. So that was just really great. I'm always glad to play games with people outside of the gaming world and see them just be so amazed at how fun games can be. Number 6 happened at Dice Tower West. Before the convention started, I had some free time. So I got this new game called Star Wars Unlimited in, this new collectible card game, the starter decks, and I was like, meh. So Sam Healy was there. I knew he liked Star Wars, so we played together, and it was a blast. The first of probably 50 times I played the game this year. But that first time, as we played through, just discovering how it went back and forth, was exciting, and it's always fun to play a game like this with a Star Wars fan like Sam. So that was my number 6. Number 5 is the Clank Legacy games that I played. I started with Joey and Roy, and then Z came in and took Roy's spot. And just playing through this Clank Legacy experience, it's long, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it was a blast. And Legacy games always are a blast, and the Clank one is no exception. Number 4 is Edo, but it was a different place. At Dice Tower West, we had a smaller get-together for some of our backers to come together, and we were all just sitting around in this living room situation on couches and just playing Edo, and people would come in and sit down and join, and some people would leave, and we just kept playing it over and over again, and just the discussion, everything it brought up. I think Edo's a great party game anyway, and it worked really well here. So that was my number 4. Number 3 was Bomb Busters. This was another get-together with Dice Tower fans, and this one was at Gen Con. and we just gathered around and had a fantastic time playing Bomb Busters, and we just played and we played and we played, and some other people came and I played with them, and just this learning this deduction game, and I don't know, maybe it was because it was late, we were tired from being at Gen Con, but the whole experience was a lot of fun. Number 2 happened at the World Series of Board Gaming and was kind of a throwaway thing, not necessarily a throwaway thing, but we were filling our schedule there with live plays of games, and one of the live plays I did was Cosmic Encounter with a lot of people who've never played Cosmic Encounter before, and it was amazing. It was such a good game. You can actually watch it online if you want, and it was hilarious. There were so many funny things that happened. Everyone did it. Almost every game of Cosmic Encounter I play is great, but this was one of the top 10 Cosmic Encounter games I've ever played in my life, and that really is saying something. Number 1 for me, though, was another legacy game, and this was Stickers, played with my family. So I played with my 2 daughters, Ruby and Violet, and my son, Jimmy, and just playing through this over and over. Jimmy plays a very different style than my daughters. They come in the games with a cynical, but, entertainment. Violet's very cynical about games, but still wants to get into them. Ruby pretends to be cynical, not quite so much, and likes things, and Jimmy's just glad to be there. And he wants to cause chaos, but he also is trying to win. And Ruby won the overall thing. She won the most games, but Jimmy came in second. I was third, and Violet was last. But just this Stickers legacy game is such a fun game for families and kids. It's just a great game, and we had a blast. I also want to do a special shout out. Like I said, we did a lot of different things, playing at these different events and the cruise. We played a lot of great games. I started West, East, and I played games with people at World Series. I went to Thailand and played some games, and just at all these different places. I was at Board Game Geek Spring. Had a good time there. Had some great games at that. But the Big Game Bash, which Joey Evans hosts in Fort Myers, he does that, 4 times a year, and every time I went to those, that was some of the most fun gaming I ever did, and several games I played there almost made the list. Folks, I know I played so many good games this year with so many of you who are watching. We had a great time. These are just some of the experiences I thought I would mention. So there you go. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time, probably in 2025. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.